Do you want to try?
Yeah, it's coming.
You don't want to
That's
try?
iPad. So I'm going to go try iPad this way.
No, that's not how we
And that, I don't think that. Oh, it is on. About.
Put it more here.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, no, I got it. No, you stay there.
iPad. Cupcake, you can say hi to everybody. Can you say hi? So what I'm doing here is, because obviously with the low tone or whatever, that, I mean, she's more than capable of sitting independently, but I'm using the ball for the same reason. Now I have, what I like about the long one and something like this is because I have a place for her elbows and stuff to go versus just, you know, like, so you feel it, Stuart, feel the difference versus using the round ball? No, but I'm just saying, even having the long one versus like the green egg ball or something, the difference it is on your vestibular system. Now she's starting to do this. Cupcake's a lot like my Graham. Like, she honestly doesn't miss a trick. See, all that's now her starting to, see, this is her. She doesn't miss a trick. She might think, like, the one time, like, that's when Graham looks completely autistic. It's like in a doctor's office. He'll be like, and so I was like, oh, you know, Graham's getting straight A's. And they're looking at me, like, patting me on the head, like, okay, yeah, in the first grade when he really should be in the 8th. And he's like, oh, one doctor was like, so you're working on, like, divisions or something. And all of a sudden, Graham, like, comes out of nowhere. Actually, fractal geometry and da-da-da-da. So you think they're, like, this iPad's on? Let me tell you, she's got it down. So now she's starting to do more of her bumps. So this is where I let a child give me the cues. We're going to do the same thing with Nella, sort of what Stuart's doing. So I'm just underneath, like we did in the, but I obviously, because she's low tone, I'm not going to put, I probably could put one hand over, but right now I'm using the ball to my advantage, but see how I can work on, and now I can push her sit bones down into the ground finally, there we go, and bring her up. But see now how I can use the ball to make her feel all through this with the...
So it's kind of like when you were saying feel towards the...
Right.
Like what you did before.
Right, but I'm looking for... Feldenkrais has a concept too. I don't mean to keep referring to Feldenkrais, but that's my language. I know not all of you. But you know, like in he's teaching in Amherst where... and I don't know if we learned it as well in our training. I don't think so. But if you're laying, let's say, on your belly, and you want your leg to go up in the air, so you want the heel to hit the ceiling, kind of thing. You put the knee into the floor, and just by the pressure, that opposition, it creates a release through the muscles. So when she's here now, I'm slowly, now that she knows what I want to do, because I have with kids when you're working on them, once they know how to play the game, which I mean that moment of the lesson, then I can start building on it. But I can't just prop her into place and say, okay, let's have at it. So I can start now rotating down in the pelvis into the table. But see how the ball allows me to tip top. Now same thing, see how I'm really bringing her down? Yeah, see, she doesn't miss a trick.
Yeah.
But feel free to, she's just making sure nobody's coming to take her iPad. She's good, we could do flashcards right now, and she's actually really good with baby signs and stuff, but for all these people here, we'll So now she's completely where she's just sitting. Lots of times cupcake. Well, at least with that, I agree with you. Shouldn't I? So now I'm going, because she does have a slight curvature, and I'll be teaching this more later, finger over finger. So I'm crossing over, and my left hand is going onto the right side of the spine, and left is going. So I can start working with that curvature.
So the curvature is which way?
So she curves more here. She has a little more of a upper right around the.
I will just walk in.
But what I'm doing is, you know that fall? Spring out. See, I can get it in and spring out. See how she's, so it allows the spinal muscles to feel.
So your right hand is going this way. This
So
way.
I'm kind of doing this,
This.
but I'm going over her curvature. So I don't know if you would mind.
In the opposite direction to a curve.
Just got buttons.
They're
So,
both
so see where she has a little bit of the curvature here?
Yeah.
A little hard to see, but right in here.
So the right side comes out.
Right. So I just, but I can press in and also a little bit of the ball, and that gives me that springy tonus.
Like if you were pushing against the blue fabric.
Yeah, but I'm letting her spine feel what it's like to be elastic again. But see, if I was trying to pull the scoliosis over, now she's going a little bit too forward, but she's got her head a little bit cocked up. No.
For the gel is fine. That's what I was thinking.
It's okay, she's just talking. It's a cry fuss.
You're still doing thumb over thumb. You just have a wider space.
Wider space, but also now that she's rolling with me, now I'm just maybe concentrating on her side chest cavity. But see the difference, how you can come up and down around. So sort of like I was doing here. You can just do it from a side angle. Let's see how.
Is her curvature like steady, or I forgot the terminology?
No.
Or it's
No,
progressive?
it's more low tone. So she kind of.
So it progresses. Like there's two types that.
But it just has a personality. So sometimes when she sits, she's more here, and
Yeah,
then,
it's not true scoliosis. It's like
Yeah.
based
Okay.
on our low tone. So depending
Okay.
on the position.
So it's not a fixed state.
It's not.
Thank you.
now this is where you have to be careful with her because of the subluxations of the elbows. So she has a tendency of bringing the arm around. So, but instead of just taking the arm and pulling it forward again, I'm going to bring her up into sitting, and then bring the ball back down around her, so I can.
She's got a hold of you.
What?
She's got a hold of you.
Yeah. Oh, am I wrapped around her dress? No.
No, she had a hold of your finger.
Oh yeah, she likes to. There, see? Have a cute little shot of just
I was just
her
going to
hand
say,
with mine.
that is, it's very sweet the
Yeah.
way she's holding.
I was just saying it's a sweet picture.
Where is the camera?
Just
I made the
Sorry.
mistake.
Going to see.
Huh?
Their second
This
time
is Joey
here
left.
for an intensive, I made the mistake of saying that something about her going home. I remember that. She was so sad. She started crying. It was like the second time or something that she was here for an intensive.
So now I'm just going underneath her chest cavity,
And
but
I said something about you guys going home and she lost it. She was like, no, not this one.
I like how she's saying change with me involved.
Yeah, it's all about you.
But even the first time I met her, she was just needed suctioning and all sorts of stuff, and I don't know if she was just really upset, but I think Joy was like, "Wow, that was kind of a waste of time," kind of thing, you know. And when she went back to the video, I'm like, "No, there's Michelle doing all her stuff, and she's suctioning. I've never missed a beat." I've said it before, if it, stuff like that, seizures, whatever, I work through it, unless it's the first time or it's been a while. But see, now when I'm doing this, it's still, I'm bringing the sit bones down, and I said, stop touching them.
She's looking for your hand. She's like, where's that other hand?
I'm here, baby.
Don't take your hand off.
So you're looking for like the bounce back from
Yeah.
the sit bones?
I was thinking,
Like
it's
a
like that,
counterforce.
but it's also like, that top you used to push down and you take your hand away and you wait and it'll go, it's almost, the body should have that kind of
Yeah.
force in the
Bringing
system.
back.
What?
The Jack in the Box spring.
Is that no. We have a mushroom and it like sucks to the table and there's a spring in it and you go away and it goes, and it jumps up. That stored kinetic energy. It should be in our system. So I don't have to sit there and work out to throw a punch, let's say. I should be able to just haul off and hit you if I had to.
I'm like so dumb. She's staring at the screen. I'm like, wow, this giraffe is like. No, she's watching with cupcake.
She's got two. One here, one there.
Oh God,
Here, the camera.
Because I want to watch, I will let you watch. But I'm like, what? She's so good. Because she's. I just realized after 10 minutes.
Can you guys see the changes at all just from sitting here? That their head's holding differently and she's coming up more and... Now again, when I say that, she's low tone and she might just, if I let her, flop out, but see, she'll counter it. But, And this too is what something happens too. I think right now is her vision. I think right now she's going right eye dominant. And that's how she's watching the iPad. So it's becoming more this. Yeah.
And then she listened to you. She's like, let me show you.
And see, and this is where you'll get more of the strain of this quote, this scoliosis, what I talk about. I don't know if this is the pattern. Yeah, she's telling you too that the iPad's over. What? Oh, stop, the two of you. Jeez.
Seriously, right?
Oh, there they go.
Both of them have to go?
She does not have to yell louder than you. It's not a yell. She's saying to change the iPad. Kids.
So now you have two hands on each side of the,
Right. And see how she rolls with the ball?
and you're kind of countering. Are you coming back a
But
little
rolling
bit?
that ball.
So you're doing a little same.
Same, but also going more into the curvature there. She doesn't like what you chose.
Look at this feel, mommy.
What about mermaid? Where's she past that? Oh my gosh, it scared the bejeebers out of me. Like, who's falling now? I'm done with you people.
chairs.
You're scaring me when I'm with a small child.
And the chairs fall over.
Thank goodness.
Just that one, there's like one of them,
And
right?
I picked up two, did dinner already.
Gorilla.
Good to do the visual activities too.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be great, yeah. So there's.
The only thing I really have to watch with her too is she has a tendency of just doing a little bit off the table and then just that little bit of that downward slope.
Yeah.
What is she?
She's just funny. She doesn't want to sit up there.
I'll probably show you more tomorrow about working through the chest and going down. What?
Looks like right eye or left eye.
Right, yeah.
Which one? She's
Right, she's actually doing this right now for right eye.
Uh-huh.
So
See?
is it most of the open?
She has one eye that's just different acuities,
Uh-huh.
so,
There I can see.
yeah.
But
You know, I really did think, when you said that, I thought it was left-eyed.
It could be, but
Okay.
that's what I was seeing.
she has one eye that sees far and one eye is typical vision, so she tends to do this sometimes to
Yeah.
see you, or it gets wonky, so she's starting to collapse a little bit.
Where are you going?
So let's see if she wants to do this.
Ah.
So now, I'm going to use it here to my advantage. Let's see how I can just turn around and use the ball to my favor.
Are you working the chest more or shoulder?
I'm working the floor.
Oh,
Okay. Good job. Clear it out. I taught her how to blow her nose. I hold her nose and she... You're good? Okay.
She's 94, but she just got she's
So it might look like I'm doing chest and stuff, but I'm using the floor of the ball.
You're using it again for this bouncing back like this.
For her to feel pressure. Now if I wanted also, I can use my knee a bit. But I'm working on everything to see if I can help her, again, more so round to sit up in this position.
What do you mean about?
So she's here, I'm working with the pelvis and stuff, so eventually to come into sitting.
Do that.
Right, but she's more than capable of doing it, but there, see how she's also learning how to see now she can't transition onto her elbows, but see how I can do something like that for her system. Like as if she can do it. Just going to the elbow. I'm not saying she doesn't go on the elbow, but the elbow's not there. If she goes onto it, it's for the base of the humerus.